Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. Wow. LAR, where did you find this? Damn, son, where'd you get this? Where did you find this? This lady is absolutely insane. So, you know, shout out to LAR. He reviews a video, which now I'm reviewing and reviewing his video of his review, right? But it's of she looks like a middle-aged woman, black woman, obviously, um, and she's speaking about the cost of her lifestyle, essentially. Um, yeah, you're right, LAR. She can't count because the life she described was about. She said $5,500 a month. That's a little over $60,000 a year, right? That's well closer to $70,000 a year, right? We're looking at $66,000 a year. No, when you go through everything and you turn that 500 to $1,000 entertainment fee to $1,000, and you add up everything, the lady actually described, wait for it everyone, about $12,000 or so a month. So not 5,500, but about $12,000 a month. She really described about $146,000 a year. She really described a 100 and so 146. Let's well, come on, let's be honest everyone, let's round that up to 150. So this lady just described a $150,000 a year lifestyle, and you wonder why they can't get or stay married. $150,000 a year lifestyle, and of course she expects you to be able to provide that comfortably, right? So you can't make 150 obviously, because that's everything. So for you to spend 150 a year, you got to be making what, 300, 250, not even 250, 300, right? You wonder why we have these type of situations going on in our society. And yes, she can't count because she said, oh, about 5,500. No, ma'am. You need to double plus some. This is absolute insanity. And so the other link obviously is Rick Ross, Money Makes Me Come, right? And I think that was the perfect song for this. And that song might be on more links, more other future videos, because I think that song is apropos for the women nowadays, right? And the way they're speaking, and the way they're speaking about love and relationships and intimacy and lifestyle and lifestyle and lifestyle, right? $150,000. What percentage of Americans earn that? Less than 10, right? Less than 10% of Americans earn that a year, right? And that's earned that we for you to spend the type of money she's talking about, you have to earn more than that. Even if we're kind to her and we say what she said with the 5,500 a month, which is about $66,000 a year, you can't earn 70 to provide her with that $66,000 a year lifestyle. You're looking at about $120,000 a year, 150 a year. Keep talking, women, dear women, black women specifically. Keep talking. Keep talking. Y'all are convinced it's the men that are losers and lazies and bums. Nope. Keep talking so everyone can see why y'all are single. And the lady essentially, like she's doing black men a favor, or men. Let's say she's not exclusively dating black men or interested in black men. She act like she's doing men a favor. Excuse her if she's not interested because you can't provide her this lifestyle. Okay, right? So now you see, you know, the culmination of Disney, and even though this lady looked like she was older than some of these stories, maybe, and the culmination of lifestyle branding to girls and women, and now we're here. And I guarantee you, if you were to have multiple different women, even of varying races, but definitely black women, if you were to have them describe their lifestyle, they're living beyond their means. They're barely eking it out every month. They're barely eking it out every year. That's what the credit card is for. Right? Once again, we're not talking about stability. We're not speaking about necessities. And that's what's beautiful about this conversation, is that we're finally having a real conversation, at least on the men's side, about women's delusion. Train tracks, train tracks, train tracks. And it's because the women are talking and being so brash and being so loud and being so arrogant that they just straight up telling you, yeah, well, if you can't afford me this $150,000 lifestyle, wow. Who goes to Cheesecake Factory for the first date? Keep talking. Like I told y'all, I came in the door, let them talk. The internet will expose us all. Here you go. $150,000 a year lifestyle. Does anyone know anything about this lady? Is she a former football player's ex-wife or girlfriend, baby mama? Do we know if she's an entertainer's ex-girlfriend, wife, or baby mom? Or does she work behind the scenes somewhere in entertainment? Or maybe you never know. Is she an academic and we don't know? What are we missing here? Or is she just another delusional black woman? Right? Is she one of these love and hip hop, quote unquote, reality TV show stars? It's so crazy saying that. Reality TV. What? Right? So does anyone know who this lady is? But you know, she's just going off about the numbers, and it's beautiful. Half of American households earn less than $74,000 a year, but hey, let Yanni tell it, let Chrissy tell it. All of y'all are dusties. Us, you black men, by the way, not white men, of course not. Not Latino men, not Asian men. You black men are dusties because you can't afford this type of lifestyle. And so, as LAR said, some of y'all need to learn how to downsize. And let's be very clear. A lot of this, as LAR said also, a lot of this is trying to gaslight men to spend more than what you actually can afford yourself. So you lie to men about your lifestyle. It's the same as those women that lie to you about being pregnant so they could take that abortion money and spend it on something else. Right? It's the same thing. You're lying about this life and how expensive it is so that you can have some man enter your life and spend way more than how much this really costs you. Right? And Afro National, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you for the super sticker. Right? Huh. And shout out to LAR for this, because LAR, yeah, LAR was trying to do a rough math. I got it, LAR. While she was talking, I was typing it in, calculating. Right? Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, my car does that. I did not know that. That's dope. I just learned something new. When you press on the door when you're pressing on the door when you're driving, it automatically locks the door. so that you can't push somebody out the car while you're rolling. Damn it! No ejectocito, cuz. Right? Let's learn something new today. Because I was at a red light and I leaned my leg against the door and I heard the clicking sound. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? It's making sure I don't I don't fall out the car door. That's dope. Right? Modern technology, people. Modern technology. Can't even push somebody out the car while it's rolling anymore. Damn it. Right? But yeah, so this is lifestyle talk. This is lifestyle talk. This is opulence talk. This is status talk. Once again, we're no longer talking about stability. We're no longer speaking about, something nice once, twice a year, maybe even 3 times a year. No, this got to be a constant. And we're not even speaking about for the most elite women ever. Who was speaking? Was it? I think it was Jason Black who had a lady caller call in, and she said something, and it would have been interesting to see him grapple with that more. Something the young lady was speaking about, which is like, what about women that men don't necessarily find that attractive, that want to live a certain lifestyle, so they pay for it themselves, right? Or they kind of cheat other men to do it for them. But because if y'all don't know, like, our brothers and men in general who are exceedingly attractive and have money and have the status and whatever, yeah, they pipe 4s and 5s, by the way. They not only piping, 6 and up, 7 and up, 8 and up. No, them brothers is piping 4s too. And so what ends up happening is that 4, she has 1 or 2 of those experiences, and then you can't tell her anything. Don't worry, some of us have aunts like that. Nieces like that. They used to deal with the local D-boy who had him draped up and looking nice, and right, had the wardrobe on point, and she dealt with one guy like that for about 3-4 years. God forbid she dealt with 2 guys like that, and now she's been single for 10 years. That doesn't mean she's not having sex. She's been single for 10-12 years ever since then, because she can't go back. That is another way of being alpha widowed, right? That is another way of being alpha widowed. And what I submit to y'all is that there's a lot of people that women, excuse me, that have that experience. Right? There are some women that have that experience. And how did that tie to the subject matter? Because when you, Mr. 9 to 5, slow money but for show money, oh no, didn't we see the clip? Wasn't there there's a clip circling around, it's a few years old, of the heavyset sister with the shorter haircut. She has it slicked down though, and she's saying she don't want no 9 to 5 man because she need that fast money. What about if I need 50 grand? Or what about, y'all remember that clip that was circling around? And she said it no matter how much money you earn at a square 9 to 5. Let's not also miss the other clip that's circling around on the internet with the brother standing outside. It looks like he's kind of in a night district area, like clubs and bars, and he's interviewing women. He said what, perk head that sells dope and whatever, but he's rich. And then the 9 to 5 guy, something along those lines. He asked the women, and like almost all of them said, the perk head with some money. That is why y'all will meet women who ex-boyfriend is let's say a male nurse. Then they got another ex-boyfriend that used to sell dope. They have another ex-boyfriend that's a scammer. Then they have another dude they was talking to and dealing with for a little bit, right? That's a local politician. Oh, you think those women don't exist? They exist down here in South Florida. I don't know where y'all from. And those women really don't be lying. They dated all those guys. I'm not just talking about sex. No, they dated all those guys for a couple months. Because for them, it's the lifestyle. It don't matter how it come. Pun on that, by the way. It's the lifestyle. Right? And once again, thank you for the super sticker, Afro National. Right? So don't care what nobody's saying. And that's okay. Right? But women like this will give advice to their daughters, to their nieces, and then you wonder why you have these young people talking absolutely crazy, these young women talking absolutely crazy about money. 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds, 21-year-old women. Because they listen to women like this, they listen to Yanni, they listen to Chrissy. And I'm going to start saying that more, right? If you ain't balling, you're dusty in these people's minds. And as they're saying, Chrissy said it. We know Cynthia G believes it. You don't deserve children. Their words. Their words. You don't deserve children. Right? So that's what we're saying. You don't deserve children if you can't afford a person, excuse me, a woman, $150,000 lifestyle. Right? That's what we're saying. If you can't afford her $150,000 lifestyle, then why do you exist? Why are you here? Right? Huh. 100, and you know, like, you know, LAR tried to do the rough math, and he knew it was way more than, especially all those numbers she started throwing out. Yeah, LAR, it's way more than $5,500 a month. She's closer to, I calculated something like $12,140 something dollars or something like that a month, something like that. It's like 12,000, like, let's say 12-ish thousand. Let's say even if you don't, if you lower the number where she said it's $500 to $1,000 for entertainment. Let's say you drop it down to 500. We still 11,000-ish a month in bills. Something like that, right? You still over $100,000 a year in bills, either way, right? Either way. And Brooklyn Coast TV says you have to cuddle them for it to work. Well, me in particular, I am tired of doing that. Man, more than cuddle, you got to pay their way through life. Fundamentally, what we have are women that are saying, I'm going to be the meanest a-hole, withhold my vagina, be mean and snarky, unless you can literally buy my silence, buy my femininity, buy my kindness, buy me. All the way. If I have to lift a finger, you got to get some lip. And I don't mean it that way too. That's what we're dealing with, because that's what this lady said. That's essentially what she said. You ain't paying no bills over here. You're not paying my way, so shut up. You don't get to tell me anything. Are you paying? Right? are you paying? Right? And that is the world we live in. So I said before, we took women's natural hypergamy and we cranked it all the way up as a society until the knob broke. And now old folks, old white folks, are complaining that their daughters don't have any men to marry. Get out of here. Your generation created this, white boomers. Y'all and put white boomer men created this. I'm not absolving white boomer women because they were the feminists. But on this money kick, oh yeah, that's white boomer men. Now your delusional ass backwards ass daughters don't want to marry your sons. And if it's bad in white society, what you think it's like in black community? What do you think it's like in the black community? Right? Huh. Right? So it's more than just coddling, Brooklyn Coast. Excuse me, Brooklyn Coast. It's more than coddling. It's paying for everything. And this is not a woman that you paying 40 grand a year for. 35, 40, 45, 50. These people are talking about $80,000 a year lifestyles, bro. $75,000 a year lifestyles. $100,000 and $150,000 a year lifestyles. Absolutely insane. Right? Absolutely insane. And you're supposed to make a wife out of someone like this. Train tracks, who has children already, by the way, and who feels like she's doing you a favor. This lady putting up her lifestyle bill like she's doing you a favor. Right? Like her presence is a gift to you. A gift that you're willing to pay 140 some odd $1,000, let's call it thing a thing, $150,000 for. You know, when somebody greets you and you're like, "Ooh, what do I owe this pleasure?" Yeah, she think that's her life for real. Like men, black men are supposed what to oh God, who do I owe this pleasure to? Right? And she calculated her own numbers wrong because and shout out to LAR for catching that because what she really wanted for somebody else to come in and pay for everything plus some. So she exaggerating that stuff. Lady, are you really living $150,000 a year lifestyle? Fine, that's on the cheap end. Fine, let's go with the 5,500. You live in a $70,000 lifestyle? Huh? Or are you living closer to a $40,000 lifestyle and you looking for a man to meet you at least at $70,000 a year lifestyle? And if you're lucky, 150. That's why we're just adding all these crazy numbers to it. And we're supposed to pay for this as men, right? We're supposed to pay for this. It's your job. Or you're a dusty. If you're not paying, you are a dusty. Dear America, you could have them. You could have them. You could have them. Dear other women, you could have them. All you non-black dudes, you could have them. You could have them. The big burly dude from what Queens of Kings, You can have them. You don't only have to take that baby mama that you took. Come take all of them. You and all your white friends, come take all of them. What Ed said, Keisha's list. Oh, he killed me with that. Right? Yeah, y'all could come pick all of them up because they'll give you a discount. You got white man discount, right? And white man discount means the women that were expecting black men to spend $150,000 on them or $75,000 on them, you could get it for free. As a matter of fact, she'll pay you, white man. Oh, and don't worry about the fact that your family's racist and you even might be a little racist. She don't care none about that. Don't worry about it. You could even say the N word. As a matter of fact, for many of them, they would rather you say it in the bedroom while you're choking them, by the way. Huh. Literally describing a $150,000, 146, 150 lifestyle. But yet, a chisel chin Chad or a chisel chin Tyrone could slide through at 2 and 3 in the morning and get the buns for free. For free. The man that she's really attracted to, that get the Johnny wet, oh yeah, he could get it for free. For free. He have his own car and he can't make it, she might actually pay for gas. You, though, Mr. Regular, you got to pay an exorbitant amount. We just live in an upside down, topsy-turvy world now, everyone. That's all. Women no longer see, and it's arguable if they ever saw it this way, they don't see dating as getting to know the person, getting to know what they like, them getting to know what you like, your favorite color. You know, all the stuff you're supposed to find out on the first few dates. Your favorite television show, your favorite color, you know, how many siblings you have, aunts and uncles, all the standard issue first date stuff. No, we not there no more. Wallet. I told y'all they see you as a walking wallet and overglorified guard dog. I said it. They're only proving it more and more every time they open their mouth. Right? Every time they open their mouth, they only prove it to you more and more. That you're nothing but a walking wallet. Right? Remember, everyone, these are the people that tell you that you're objectifying them. These are the people that speak about being objectified as it's a negative, while they look at you as nothing but a walking wallet. And once again, thank you for the super chat, Brooklyn Coast TV. Right? Hysterical, Demetrius. And Demetrius says, best to make her dance. Seriously, though. Serious. Mr. Trail TV said, brodacity. Right? The broadacity. I'm sorry, I said brodacity. The broadacity. Serious. I called it the femtacity of it all. I think I said that. I don't know if I first said that on Toya's her old channel before it got deleted, right? But really though, Demetrius, it is bands to make her dance. It really is. If you're saying essentially, don't even look my way unless you could pay for these things, well, be careful what you wish for. Once again, I say you can't, y'all need to stop challenging whether it's God or the universe or whatever you believe in. Y'all be thinking y'all giving God ultimatums. You imagine, well, if I can't have this, alrighty then. Right? Toya said RIP to my old channel. If I can't have this, all right. And Dre, give me 1 second. Let me address Mr. Shook to you real quick. And Mr. Shook to you says, and thank you for the super chat. And once again, thank you for the super chat, Demetrius. And Mr. Shook to you says, you see, Sycax changed his tune on Passport Bros. Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. Man took a trip to Japan and said, on second thought. Oh man! First of all, he's a white man. Let's pause. I think he would have had a very similar experience anyway, but he is a white man on top of that. Let's not act like we don't know about. I literally just covered these women and how they act with white dudes. These women of color and how they act with white dudes. So we ain't gonna pretend like he's not a white man, and that didn't add like 20 points onto his scoreboard, right? So let's not front. But even with that, yes, Mr. Shook to you, I saw it. Right? And he is correct. It's just different environments. You just have different experiences, right? You have different experiences. White elite men in America just socialized women through television, through entertainment, obviously through the Prussian education system, as BGS would tell us, differently. And it was to get the most optimal workers they could get, the most obedient, pliable workers, but not to be wives. They didn't socialize these women to be wives. The wives' store has been closed for a few decades at least. Right? Every once in a while, you could sneak through the back and you could hurry up and snatch your wife because her parents were older or her parents were different and they socialized the wife. If you wait long enough in the back of the store, you might be able to grab one right in the dead of night and run for the hills. I got one. And everybody look at you like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, like you got the golden ticket. I got one. Right? But America and the West, largely, they're not making wives no more. They're making partners. Partners that actually aren't good partners. They'll file for divorce on you at 70 to 80%. They'll fuss you out. They'll call the cops on you. They'll divorce you and take half. That's if you got it like that. They definitely want primary custody of children, if not full custody. Right? Dre said you missed the run home. Yeah, like you know, you went in the back of the store, right? And they're like, "Oh man, we closing the store down, but we got a couple still here. These are our selection. This is all we have left." And you have grab one. I got to go to the ticket. I got to go to the ticket. And then you run home. Look, mom, look, dad, I got one. A wife, a real one. Right? A real wife. She's not gonna divorce me in 5 years and call me Dusty. Right? So Sycax had that experience and he said, "Oh man." right? And as Hermes said, a white man with colored eyes. You imagine? He went to Japan, white man with colored eyes, degreed up, and you know he mopped up. You know he swept up over there. Oh man, right? And excuse me if y'all hear me sniffling. Nose. I went to sleep. I don't know what happened. My nose had other plans for today. I thought I was gonna be able to breathe easily. My nose was like, nah, right? And I don't like to take anything, so I don't take anything. So I just let that, I thug it out until I feel better, right? But yeah, I saw that with Psychax. And what do you think? I mean, okay, yes, he's a white man, so let's go through it. He said he wasn't struggling over here. I don't believe. I'm sorry. I don't doubt him. I don't doubt that he wasn't struggling in the dating scene over here. So he wasn't struggling, but you got to know, like, the whole like money status thing was on the table, right? And then he goes to Japan, and he's a man, and he's a white man, and you got to know the women were throwing themselves on him, and it's just a different experience. And he's American, American white man with colored eyes. That man was sweeping up. Meanwhile, when he's over here in America, the ladies are walking up to him with a data sheet to find out what he earned and what he could pay for. And that does not mean that women in Japan aren't calculating that also. But it may not be the thing they talk about on the first, second, or third date. I'm just saying. They may not have that much of a neoliberal assessment of men and masculinity. Yeah, Mr. Shook to you. Yeah. And Mr. Shook to you says the best quote was, "It felt good to be honored as a man." Oh, right. But here's something to consider. Psychack said that, granted, but we also all saw the clip with a sister. I want to say she had dreads, and she was saying, when you go to these other countries, the way they treat you, it's like, what did I do to be graced with your presence? So we gotta, we still are American, and so we gotta be careful how we kind of interpret these things sometimes. I don't doubt Psychax, right? I don't doubt him, but I wonder how much of that was like truly what he experienced, which I think is true, and how much of that is a bit of an exaggeration, right? And if we're gonna be honest, some of this is because, once again, American white colored eyes. We don't know how tall he is, but maybe over 5'10". So let's say 5'11", which is what honorary 6 feet, 6 feet, 6'1", 6'2", right? So you know, and as an American white man, as Dre said, as an American white man, you compare his dating prospects in America, which is still pretty damn good, to when he go to Japan and then he could turn the knob up to 13, 14, you know, right? And Dre said, um, and thank you for the super chat. I'm late. I was watching Loki, Subsy, and chat. Yeah, my lady. So I never watched the first season, so I'm gonna have to do some catching up. My lady watched the first season. I think her and her mom watched the first season. She watched it, so I am thinking about whether I want to watch the first season to catch up so that me and her can watch the second season. Let's see. We'll see. We'll see. All right. But yeah, so look, that lifestyle, man. These women in that lifestyle talk. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. This lady talking about $150,000 a year, $12,000 or such a month. A month. You have to ask yourselves, do people that's not really reviewing this, like, this is a conversation we have over here in the Black Manosphere. We can hear it happening, adjacent to us and the other, manospheres and men, that have their conversations. We know the women are talking about this, but outside of this kind of like relationship, sex, intimacy sphere on social media, you gotta wonder, are people that aren't often in these conversations, do they even know that this is a thing? Right? Especially like researchers and academics and such not. I said such not and such, such not. I need to find a reason to use that term. I just made it up. Hashtag just made it up. Right? Because it seems like maybe Dr. Richard Reeves is grappling with what some of this content on social media and how it plays into his book, right? We know Dr. T knows about some of these conversations online. We know Dr. Green Gorilla knows about some of these conversations online. Shout out to Army Ose Fringpong. I think he's still in his PhD program. I'm not sure. We know he knows. We know FD Signifier, he, dropped out of his PhD program, but he's still an educated brother. We know he knows, even though we disagree with him on his take, right? I don't know how far Juicy went in her degree. I think also Khadijah has a master's degree. We know she knows about some of these conversations. But outside of these people, particularly black people, I wonder how many academics and black intelligentsia knows about these type of conversations. Right? And Mr. Shuktiyu said, it all comes down to culture. It's cultural. It's a cultural thing. I never had a problem with women wanting what they I know you meant to say what they want, but goddamn, have some decorum. Look, I agree. I agree. And I think even some of our sisters that were raised in a different type of environment, um, they may not speak as boldly about their standard as much as some of our sisters that I look at it as aspirational. I think what we're describing is the difference between someone like Russell Simmons' daughters, or who Blue Ivy will be when she grows up, and the Ebony K. Williams, right? I think that's the difference, right? Ebony K. Williams is first generation, her first generation money, for real, right? So it's just a different experience that she's going through than someone like a Blue Ivy, who's going to be second, halfway, third-ish money, because the Knowles weren't exactly poor. They were solidly middle, maybe trending to upper middle, maybe upper middle class ish, right? So we are not going to say Beyonce struggled, right, financially. She didn't. The Knowles, didn't struggle financially like that. So yeah. And so I think that adds to the cultural element that you're speaking about. Ooh, good one. Good one, Trill. Social climbers versus trust funders. Good one. Exactly. Exactly. I think that's what I'm speaking to. Exactly. Right. And Ebony is a social climber. And many of the women that we're speaking about are social climbers. Right. And y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Many of the people we're describing are social climbers. That's why they speak like this lady in this video, that on the cheap end is describing a almost $70,000 lifestyle, and on the more expensive end is describing a close to $150,000 lifestyle. Right? That's what we're seeing here. Okay, thank you very much. And Diaspora L says Matthew Knowles was making six figures in the early '80s with Exxon, with Xerox. Why I said Exxon with Xerox? Don't mind Z, right? With Xerox. Goddamn, I didn't know he was earning that much. Right? So upper middle class in the '80s, upper middle class in the '80s, and then Blue Ivy is born to two, at the time, multi-millionaire parents. Now one of her parents is a billionaire and the other one is on her way to being one. Right? And the twins, same difference. Right? And then once again, you have the social climbers, and the social climbers are the Ebony K. Williams, the Chrissies, and listen to how they speak. The Yannies, listen to how they speak. That doesn't mean that the trust funders don't have contempt for us either. That's not what Mr. Z is saying. But they don't have to say it. They're not around us like that. They don't have to say it. But when you compare that to the social climbers, that's where you get Kim Foster and Chrissy and Yanni. Right? That's why you get Paris Milan. That's why you get these people. Ebony K. Williams. That's where you get them. The first, B. Simone. B. Simone's another one. The second they make $1, the second they make $1 more than you, nigga, you're not on my level. Old Dusty, old loser. The second they step that big toe off the stage during college graduation, their foot didn't even fully land yet. They start telling you how much better they are than you. Right? Their foot didn't even firmly stand on the ground yet. Right? And what's beautiful about this video right here, shout out to LAR for the review once again. What's beautiful about videos like this, what's beautiful about this conversation is okay, I understand that the algorithm feeds you what you pretty much already watching anyway, which you're pretty much biased to anyway. But I spoke to a coworker today, And he even randomly knew who Kevin Samuels was. He didn't know the details, right? And he's definitely not part of this conversation. He know nothing about no black manosphere or anything like that. And he's not even black. But we were having a conversation randomly, and he brought up Andrew Tate because his son, remember I said he's not black. His son is obsessed with Andrew Tate, his 15-year-old son. Right? So I was like, oh yeah, Andrew Tate is just the black pill of Kevin Samuels' red pill. He was like, Kevin Samuels. Wait, ain't that dude with the glasses, right? The one with the nice scenery. Yep, that's him. And there you go. So to Dr. Scott Galloway, to Dr. Richard Reeves, to Christine Imba, because y'all can't figure out what positive masculinity looks like exhibited by straight males, by heterosexual straight males, they're going to turn to da 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 Andrew Tate. Every time these boys, 15-year-old boys, watch movies where the women automatically win, where the girls put the boys on their ass, guess what? Andrew Tate. You gotta know these teenagers are coming across these videos too of grown ass 40 and 50 and 30 something year old women talking crazy about men. You gotta know. You gotta know somewhere in black America are teenage boys that are coming across videos like this that LAR covered. Hmm. You gotta know. And when I was talking to my coworker, and this ties to the subject, when I was speaking to my coworker, I was telling him like you gotta think your son's 15, he got all this testosterone going through his body, and everything he see is telling him how much lesser than the girls around him he is. He's weaker than them, he's dumber than them. You gotta ask yourself, as a 15-year-old, you just hit puberty a year or two ago. A 15-year-old, you gotta know that you're watching these things, these television shows, these movies, and they'll show you a man kicking another man's ass. Oh yeah, the men on men, yeah. But the second you introduce a woman into the conversation, the second a woman gets there, she's alpha woman, she's superwoman, she kicking everybody's ass. Right? Captain Marvel, when she came in during the first fight with Thanos, well, the second fight with Thanos, right? Scarlet Witch against Thanos, right? Scarlet Witch versus Doctor Strange. Your sons are watching this. And then on the other end are the women telling them or telling their dads, oh, yeah, if you can't afford a $150,000 lifestyle, why are you even talking to me? And that's on the expensive end. Once again, on the cheap end, if you can't afford a $70,000 lifestyle, then why are you even speaking to me? Right? And he said, Z, what was it about Andrew Tate's message specifically I think that appealed to his son, 15-year-old son. Did he say no? We didn't even get that far. We didn't go into detail like that. I could. Oh no, he's not. I don't see him tomorrow, and I don't see him Monday. I'll try to see if I could bring that up Tuesday. I'll see if I could bring that up Tuesday. Right. Demetrius said Scarlet Witch is literally a loose cannon and had people defending her actions. Yeah, because she lost her man and this and this and that. Look, I said it because I saw the movie like 2 or 3 days after it dropped, and if y'all remember, I was saying to Artisan MC and to Charles Faulkner Jr. Shout out to Charles. Shout out to Artisan MC. I was telling him Scarlet Witch is the modern woman. She's gone mentally. She believe in all this witchcraft stuff. I mean, literally, her name is Scarlet Witch, right? And she's on a jihad. She's willing to kill entire worlds for this dream, for this life that she want to live. She's willing to kill the evil. Y'all remember, she was willing to kill even the other her in the alternate universe. She was willing to kill the other her. She was willing to kill Doctor Strange. She was willing to kill everyone except for the boys. And even when they first started screaming at the end of the movie, if you didn't see the movie yet, I don't know what to tell you. I'm spoiling them for you right now. When they initially started screaming, she told them to shut up. And this right here to me is a prime example of what I'm speaking about. And y'all give me a second. Okay, we're back. Y'all didn't want to hear that. My nose is killing me. Y'all did not want to hear that. Anyway, and Dre says Scarlet Witch caused all of that based on a lifestyle she never had in an alternate universe. You see, you see what I'm saying, right? You see what I'm saying? And so when you hear women speak nowadays, what do you hear? I'll give y'all another person. For those of us that watch The Witcher, what is that? What is the main female lead name in The Witcher? Right? Does anyone remember what the lead female name is in The Witcher again? If y'all remember what her one of her phrases is, I'm gonna wait until somebody say her name because I don't remember it. Right? But she says something often whenever somebody asks, "What does she want?" Dre, here's a question for you. Whenever somebody asks her, "What does she want?" What does she say? Right? Does anyone remember? Let me see if you put it down already. Yeah, she kind of Siri. That's her name, is it? Right. But whenever she speaks, she always said Tris. Tris, thank you. I think that's her name, right? She always says everything. Whenever someone asks her, I want you to remember, watch that, especially what the first and second season. Was it the first season? The first, about I want to say the first season. When they ask her what does she want, she always says everything. She always says everything, right? No, not Triz. Not it's not Triz. Right? It's not Triz. Is it Jessica? Let's see. Let's see, because I want to get it right before, Yennefer. It's Yennefer, everyone. It's Yennefer. Yennefer, Yennefer, Yennefer. Right? Whenever they ask Yennefer what does she want, she always says everything. And that to me is exactly what we saw in this video. It's what we see whenever we speak to women. They're not going to say the word everything. You let them talk long enough and it's everything. As a matter of fact, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. When Kevin Samuels would start to ask them, go through numbers with them, hey, what's square footage of home? Where do you live? Right? Do you want to pay any significant bills? Do you want your kids private school? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he would continue. And all these women are literally describing hundreds of thousands of dollars in lifestyle. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in lifestyle. Dre, you ahead of me? You ahead of me. And Dre says she traded her femininity. We're speaking about Yennefer from The Witcher. Dre says she traded her femininity for power, then complained about not being able to have a kid. Sounds like a modern woman. No, dear women, you traded your men for power. Dear modern women, I said it when I covered Dr. Richard Reeves speaking to Ezra Klein. When Dr. Richard Reeves did the Ezra Klein interview. Once he mentioned labor participation rate, once he mentioned that the median man's income has been stagnant while the median woman's has risen, you traded your men for a little bit of spending money and some status and to be the buffer class. So shout out to this lady looking for the $150,000 a year. Well, not even man, because she wants the lifestyle to be that. So that means he got to earn 300, right? And y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Yennefer says everything. You watch the videos where Kevin Samuels would go through the numbers with the women, and essentially, once you start getting to 300 and something $1,000 a year lifestyle, 300, 200 and something $1,000 a year lifestyle, you saying everything, right? What's the name of the lady that interviews the women? Courtney Ryan, white woman. Where's Courtney Ryan out of? I think she's out of Ohio. White woman. Once she start talking to those women, those young women, I think she did what, 21 to 25 at one point, then 25 to 30, maybe 32. When those women start talking, they start describing hundreds of thousands of dollars in lifestyle. And no, they're not all upper middle class. Nope. Absolutely insane. And y'all wonder why the birth rate has gone to the crapper? Y'all wonder why the marriage rate went to the crapper? The divorce rate went to the crapper because ain't nobody getting married to get divorced like that. Because America raised their daughters to sound like the lady off of this video describing at the cheap end $70,000 a year lifestyle, and on the expensive end $150,000 a year lifestyle. And like LAR said, what she really trying to do is gaslight one of you brothers to pay for it while she got kids from another dude. right? While she has children from another dude. As I said before, they're looking at these dating experiences and they're looking at these relationships. And like we saw with Kevin Samuels, when he would ask them, would you end up with a man if he didn't change your financial situation? And all these women said no. Like all of them said no. Does anyone remember any woman ever saying yes? Maybe I missed that episode. I didn't watch Kevin all the time. Maybe I missed the couple times where a woman actually said, yeah, if he's a good man, and he's not going to get in the way of my money and in the way of my income, then yeah. Huh. Right? And y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. So yeah, so that's what we get. That's what we get. $150,000 a year lifestyle. Right? $150,000 a year lifestyle. And she act like she was doing you a favor. Huh. And Mr. Shook to you says they did it as kids with the nanny boob. Nah, I know exactly what you're saying. Right? Huh. This is good. And Dre says, like Dr. Thunder said, modern women want men to be their helpmate. But you're supposed to earn more than her. How in the hell? You're supposed to earn more than her, but be her helpmate? What? You're supposed to earn more than her, protect her with your life, guard her with your life, but you are her helpmate. You're supposed to pay all the bills. Shout out to Chrissy. Ain't no 50-50 nothing. But you are her helpmate. You're supposed to be able to afford a $70,000 a year lifestyle at the cheap end, or $150,000 a year lifestyle on the more expensive end, but you're her helpmate. Say what? Right? And Trell says, what do you women want? Need a guard dog, a ATM, and a sex toy. Yep. Huh. Women wouldn't know what to do with a helpmate. Modern women, they wouldn't even know what to do. Even if we flipped the roles just to show them, they wouldn't know what to do with a helpmate. Right? Fundamentally, what we're dealing with right now are people that are taking advantage of the system as it's currently constituted, but really don't know what they're doing still. They don't know what they're doing. They're taking advantage of the system the way it's currently constituted and still don't know what they're doing. And that's okay. They'll figure it out eventually, or maybe they won't, and then they'll have to deal with the consequences regardless. Right? Exactly. And Michael Ross says, give other so-called regular dudes, quote unquote regular dudes, the bill. Exactly. And women act like it's actually like we shouldn't be insulted that they're putting you on the bench until the men that they find truly, appealing, until that doesn't work. They act like that's not an insult. Y'all just want first dibs. Yeah. You imagine saying that and actually thinking you saying something? Imagine that. Yeah, I would prefer, because I'm a human being and I don't want to feel like I'm fifth, sixth, seventh, 10th in place. Yes, I would rather you have dated men like me, or me, obviously, right? Instead of finding out, oh, that's her ex boyfriend. Oh, that's her other ex boyfriend. Oh, that's the dude she used to have fun with for about 9 or so on months. Oh, okay. Right? Yes, ladies. Yes. Yes. Even men would rather know that they weren't some lamoid that you're desperate enough to end up with after the fact. Right? So on that note, everyone, we ain't gonna belabor it too long. Shout out to LAR for this video. The middle-aged lady. Wow. Okay. 150. First of all, you can do your own math. Maybe I did the math wrong. Y'all watch that video, add it up, and see if y'all don't come to somewhere around 11, 12, maybe $13,000 a month, which is about 140-ish, 150-ish $1,000 a year. Somebody do the math. Put it in the comments if maybe I got it wrong. Excuse me. But yeah, it's definitely not that 5,500 she was talking about, right? And pay attention to when she says weeks or months, because there's parts where she say a month and there's parts where she say a week. And there was a part where she said $900 a week, and so I times that by 4, obviously about 4 weeks in a month, right? And when I did that, I got to, you know, I got to what, $3,800 or something like $3,600. So yeah, if y'all do the math, everything come up to about 12,000 ish dollars a year. So, excuse me, a month, about 146 a year, which is pretty much 150 a year, right? Crazy talk. And on that note, everyone, we will truly pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content. I think Ed is streaming right now. Y'all go check out other non-Manosphere content. Yeah. Shout out to LAR for this one. Good stuff. Yeah, LAR, she don't know what she's talking about. That math don't math. And I do agree with you. I think she's adding extra stuff on that so that she can meet some lame dude that's paying for more than she actually even lives, like paying for more of a lifestyle than she actually is actually living. Right? I agree with you 100 on that. This lady probably ain't living no $150,000 lifestyle. Stop it. But even if she is, have fun meeting the 300 or 350 or half a million dollar a year guy that's paying for your $150,000 a year lifestyle. Shout out to you, right? And on that note, we will truly pause right there. Y'all have a great, great rest of y'all day. Mr. Z out. Toya said, you got this. Hysterical. All right, everyone. Mr. Z out.